a special announcement for you. This whole
Ladies and gentlemen, that's who we love and that's who we serve. Welcome to the Intervision FM universe, sponsored by IntervisionFM.com. I'm Alan C. Got Johnnie J, President and Station Manager, Intervision FM, in the house. We're going to have a fun show today. Hey, you're not going to want to miss it, so stay tuned.
This is the Godfather Soul James Brown. I tell you, this business is on. My man is on. Check him out. This is the Godfather Soul James Brown saying stay with it and hit it.
Well, okay. Thank you very much.
Wow, it looks like Biden is taking care of every other country except for the American country, huh?
Well, let's give Biden a big fat hand. On behalf of IntervisionFM.com, thank you, Mr. President, for being so altruistic and caring and loving. And thank you for caring so much about the global aspect of things. And thank you as well for making sure that America is put last.
$50 trillion and counting.
In debt?
Right.
Are we 50 already?
That's how much we've put over there of American money. $50 trillion.
I think the more accurate figure might be around 120 billion for Ukraine, just in the aid that we've offered them over the past year and a half, 2 years.
You're
but
right.
you know, when
I get mixed up with these trillions and billions.
Yeah, when you get mixed up with billions, trillions, all this stuff, it's a little hard because billion, trillion, who cares at that point? It's all kinds of money hemorrhaging from our dear Uncle Sam, who used to be one of the richest uncles in the world. And now, we're going to have to look at ways to get revenue from our own people. Folks, there is a lot of stuff going on. Where do you want to start today, Johnny?
Where do I want to start? Let's see.
Let's mention a sponsor really quick. Christian Brothers Moving Company, based out of Englewood, Colorado, the great state of Texas, as well as in Phoenix, Arizona. These folks down at Christian Brothers Moving can help you move and get you to where you need to be. Give them a call. Brian is a really good friend of IntervisionFM.com. And also we've got 80 mini grants. We've got Denver venues. And these two folks deal with music and grassroots musicians, this kind of thing, independent recording artists, to try to help get exposure to them. And we can help. If you want to get exposure for any sort of things that you need, go ahead and hit us up at the email of info@intervisionfm.com. And we'll see if we can help your band out or help you out individually if you're an individual recording artist using, a digital audio workstation, things like that to produce some of your music. Lots to talk about that.
Should we tell who the winner of our contest yesterday for the T-shirt?
Let's recognize our winner.
Yes.
We had a little contest yesterday. Who were the three best presidents in the last 102 years in the United States? Who were the three worst presidents in the last 102 years?
And let me tell the answer that she gave, and very good, very good. Okay. Where's Wilson? That's Wilson Woodward, and for starting the Fed.
Oh,
And then then let's see. Okay, then Biden for his corruption, and Carter ineptness. Now here's the best: Trump for his courage and ability to overcome.
Wow.
JFK for his fight he started for the deep state, because he started that kind of dig into what the deep state was doing.
Absolutely. There's a speech that still exists on YouTube, which was done by President Kennedy just before his assassination.
I heard that.
Yeah, you can look it up yourself. If you were to type into your Google search bar something like Kennedy, secret society, something like that, you can easily get it.
I'm gonna find it because I've heard that it's a radio show that starts out with it, and it's a little bit of like a bong as he's talking, and I didn't recognize it because I mean it was like he was really like digging in there. And then the last one was Reagan for his honesty.
Wow.
For the most part. Okay, so I like that. So she's gonna get like a hoodie. A hoodie.
I was unsure the promo. Were we giving half off the price of the hoodie?
Yes, yeah. She got the half price off the hoodie, and she's from Strauss.
If she wants to purchase a hoodie, she can have credit, which goes towards that. We're going to be running promos like this from now until Johnny says no more.
Yeah. Now she's from Strasford, Colorado.
Oh wow!
And her name is Lori Johnson.
Well, congratulations, Lori. Thank you for your input and for your donation. PayPal.me/Univision Denver is the way to help us out if you are of a mind and you like our content. That's PayPal.me/Univision Denver.
Yeah. And it takes about 3 weeks, so it'll be there. It's sometime in March, the beginning of March. Yeah. So let's talk about the Palestine, Ohio train derailment that's still going on. I was listening to this Red Line radio station. It was they do overnights, and they're mostly for the truck drivers. You know, they're sponsored by a lot of the truck driving companies. And this one truck driver called in, and he said that when he's going up, you know, he drives like gasoline and oil and stuff like that, trucks. And he said he was driving, and he said the smell was so bad, it smelled like ammonia. He had to roll up his windows. To cut some of the smell. Now it's so we'll get into that later on. So we're getting like boots on the ground. This is what, almost 3 weeks later?
Yeah. Almost 3 weeks later. In fact, I was thinking about taking a trip down there once funds permit, and providing some camera footage just taken by a blind guy. You know what I mean? No BS, just walking around talking to people and submitting some of this footage. So PayPal.me/Univision Denver is a way that you can ensure that you get a blind guy perspective. Because I'll be happy to go down there, folks.
Yes, I mean, I would say like maybe to cover everything, maybe around 3,000, around that. That would cover like the travel, the staying. Of course, you're gonna have to buy a lot of bottled water.
Exactly.
And it's like because once you're coming back healthy. Remember, like Hickenlooper, one time, I guess it was something in Durango, and something was going on with the water, and
Yes.
so he dropped a capsule in it, and he drank the water to show the people that, hey, this water is okay. Now I like to challenge Biden or Jill, the so-called doctor, or even Buttigieg, to go down there and do a Hickenlooper.
Wow, that'd be kind of cool. EPA, there was an EPA individual down there, and he was encouraged to go ahead and Aaron Brockovich the water. And he decided not to go ahead and Aaron Brockovich the water at all. And he wanted people to understand and to know that the water was indeed safe to drink, even though Governor DeWine of Ohio was really urging folks to stay on the bottled water as of, what was it, last week?
Yeah. And people can't afford to leave this area. I mean, some people can say, oh, I'll just move. Like, people who live in California, New York, they have the means to go and say, we'll just move to a place that, no tax, our income is not taxed, or the lower taxes, and we can buy more for our bucks than we could living in LA or New York. And they could afford to just pick up and go. And, maybe they leave family behind, but, maybe they're not that sentimental over family, or maybe they are, but it is what it is. So so a lot of these people are poor and they can't move like that.
Well, you're very correct on that, Johnny. And there was an individual that pointed something out the other day about Ohio, and it dealt with whether it was a red state or a blue state. Now, I'm not saying anything about our red sports teams and our blue sports teams, except to say that generally some poor working class individuals will try to vote America first. They will try to do their civic duty to ensure that they and their family have a bit of breathing room to be able to pursue life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness as outlined in our United States Constitution. Interestingly enough, with the stuff in Ohio, one would almost think that because they're predominantly a red state, they're being punished. They just barely got FEMA aid, but initially they were not going to get any FEMA aid at all.
And didn't they make that decision after, like Trump said, he's going to go down there and visit the place?
Yep.
Yeah. So they said, well, we can't get showed up like this.
Right.
If the best president in the United States over the last 60 years is going to go down there, we can't let him go down there after we had this inept, feeble, installed person in the White House now. We got to do this. So so they decided to go. Now, have boots touched the ground yet as of Tuesday, or did they take the holiday off?
I haven't been able to ascertain what exactly has been going on. This does kind of lead us into another topic, and that is our medical sovereignty, folks. 194 countries, including the United States, will be signing on to a pact, sort of pact with the World Health Organization, giving the World Health Organization purview over all kinds of things, which deals with our health. Meaning, if it's a climate emergency, such as, and this is just my take on this, folks, and do your own research, figure this out for yourself, and see if I'm correct. Now, maybe I got my tinfoil hat screwed on tight, too tight, but I look at it this way: if it's a health emergency because of climate, then they can step in. And the reason why I believe it to be this way is the individuals down at the World Health Organization will have the ability to literally categorize and say what qualifies as an emergency, so that they can come with United Nations troops, World Health Organization assistance, and just kind of make sure that we're following the rules and doing the right things as what they would believe to be the right things. And, so that's going to give them the power to go ahead and surveil us globally. We're talking vaccine passports. We're talking about just your basic surveillance, like they encouraged us to download onto our iPhones or smart, whatever smartphone, Android.
And I didn't do that, but my phone still comes on in the middle of the night. And my wife, so she's so funny. She'll say, "Did you go in there and turn on your phone?" I'm thinking, like, I'm right here. How did I go over there and turn on my phone at I think it's like 2:30 in the morning? So yeah, the phone automatically just comes on for no reason at all. I guess they're checking my phone to make sure that that I'm under surveillance, and maybe you're under surveillance as well, like people out there, where your phones and TVs. Like when I was in Europe, the TV would come on, just boom, come on, all right.
Wow.
And I was thinking myself, who turned on the TV? Or was it you? And I'm thinking, I'm right here. So it makes people kind of paranoid because, you're right there. And they're thinking like, well, the TV just didn't turn on by itself. Well, maybe it didn't turn on by itself, or maybe there was some kind of either power surge, or maybe, in Europe, I know in Europe, they do check on people just to find out, and they do it in the middle of the night. So it happens.
Hey, this isn't on the topics list, but I guess yesterday, UK had gone ahead and flagged a couple of authors, one of them being George Orwell, for his innovative works. One of George Orwell's most noted books was 1984, was it not?
Mm-hmm.
So this is quite interesting because in this book, the individuals who were just basic citizens had these sort of televisions that could watch you instead of you watching them. I mean, you could watch them. They had the programs, but they could also watch you. The administrators in this book had the ability to turn off that TV for a little bit of time. Now, they couldn't leave it off, but they had the ability to turn it off so that they might have private conversation with whomever they wanted to. So like the guy's name, I believe is Winston. I don't know if that's right or not. I'm thinking I'm maybe getting him mixed up with another dystopian novel. But I remember reading where the main protagonist was in a meeting with one of the administrators, and the administrator snapped off his TV and was able to talk to the main protagonist on a private level. Interestingly enough, we now live in this type of society where certain books, certain things can now be flagged. And well, here in America, I mean, we've done plenty of this stuff, banning Dr. Seuss stuff. Second we start banning people from expressing their thoughts and feelings, we don't have freedom of speech. If we don't have freedom of speech, we don't have freedom of thought. If we don't have freedom of thought, then folks, we may as well just start going the line and get ready for the jackboots on our neck forever. Just
yeah. So this Big Brother is watching you. It was a TV show called Big Brother, right, or something to that effect. So yeah, we may have that reality, and then like a lot of this started like in sometimes before some of you were born, in 91 when 2001 with the 9/11. And then we said, protect us. Oh, can we, spy on you? Can we do that to protect you? Say, yes. Can we have you do body searches on you, invasive body searches on you as you go on the airplanes? Yes. Can we, let's see, what else can we do? Let's see, what can we do?
Can we vaccinate you and your loved ones and then shame you if you decide not to get vaccinated? Can we do that? And can we lose patience with you and make it to where if you don't get the V, you don't get a job?
Yes.
We
yes,
can.
or you can, or if you're in the military and you decide not to take this experimental V, we can put you out and pay $1 million if you want to transition from one sex to an imitation of another sex. That's this is what we call imitation of life. It was about this black lady. She had a daughter, and her daughter was really light skinned, where she could pass for white. And it's a really interesting movie, man. But it's like this is today's imitation of Transformers, if you will. So,
yeah.
Well, beware, because the package may not be what it seems to be.
Folks, it's not all doom and gloom here. We do try to keep things as positive as possible, and there is hope. That hope is Jesus Christ of Nazareth. 1 Corinthians chapter 15 is a wonderful place to get information on salvation. He offers eternal life. He offers us the opportunity to have relationship with him. He doesn't want a religion. He doesn't want us to lockstep. He wants our individualism intact, but he wants us to have a personal relationship with him. So if you'd like, check out 1 Corinthians chapter 15 at your leisure. He's our King, our Lord, and he is coming soon. At least that's the basic belief of those who are in the Christian community. So I'd be remiss if I didn't do the altar call or the salvation message.
Yes, and you can according to the Bible, you can accept them into your heart, believe with your heart, and speak with your tongue that Jesus can be Lord of your life. And because it's kind of hard to find out, like, what is you want to say find a good church, but what is a good church? What is one that not only feeds you the word, but encourage you to read it for yourself.
Yeah.
So don't be just let somebody, like when you were a baby, your mom, your dad, they spoon fed you baby food. They lifted the spoon. Then eventually you just sort of caught on and said, that hand is going from that little bowl to my mouth. Maybe I can do it. And then sometimes you might, grab the whole bowl and put it on your head. But practice makes perfect. You figure like, well, maybe not the whole bowl should go on my head. Maybe that little spoon is better at focusing in on my mouth than the whole bowl on top of my head.
You bring up a very valid point.
And the trickle down theory. Yes.
Absolutely. You bring up a very valid point, because at our core, we want to be independent. At our core, we want to have liberty. And at our core, we want to have life and pursue that life so that we are indeed happy.
Yes.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah. And I was listening to the BBC this morning, and it was talking about some of the people that have left Kyiv and Ukraine. And if you didn't get a chance, I don't know if they do, if you could go back up there and find a replay. But they were talking about, like, I guess this one couple, when Putin took over Jordan in Russia, they had to leave the business there, but he went back to check on it, and then these banditos kidnapped him and tortured him, and then he got away from them. Then this time, they said, no, we're gonna. The day that it was announced that they were coming over to war on them, they picked up the stuff, got their children, and left their business, which is a plant that they sell exotic plants. They left that all behind, but they had employers, friends and employers, and so they went to Australia, and a year later he was still able to keep his employees on payroll, even though they weren't. The whole land has been destroyed, and the plants, the greenhouses and stuff like that. And then there was another lady that she moved to England, and her and her lover she couldn't become a lawyer there because and she said she might go back and get a degree in something else, but they became carpet and cleaning, cleaning materials and stuff like that. And so that's what she's doing. But okay, so we got that, displaced people and stuff like that. And so we have the southern border where people are flowing in. I mean, even though this regime is teaching our kids in our school that America is so terrible, we're so racist, we're so this and that, we got people flooding the gates to get in this racist, terrible place, which is a oxymoron kind of thing. And you have what was it? Our czar Harris going down to the most untrafficked place of the border several months ago, but she was named that March of, I think it was last year, but she didn't actually do that until I think May, and went down to the less traveled place and said, "Yeah, I'm here. There's nobody there." And then when Biden went down there, El Paso, they cleaned up the place, moved all the tents and all that kind of stuff out of the way, so he could get his photo op and say, "Hey, I'm here. Where's all the illegals?"
Right.
Once again, being the liar that he is, the liar and being the father of lies and following that person. There it is. So now he went, as everybody knows, he had a surprise visit to Kiev to support the troops and the people down in Kiev as we protect the borders of Ukraine and Kiev, but we don't protect the borders of the USA.
So basically, to recap, our most popular president ever elected in American history.
81 million, please.
The great unifier.
Bite me.
He is signing our medical sovereignty over to a pact of nations managed by the World Health Organization's power, 194 countries on February 28th. So that's one thing. Folks, that's scary enough, especially given our chemical spills, the most latest thing being a metal plant, I guess, that also exploded.
Killed one person. And I heard there's 1,000 train derailments every year. 1,000, not just one, not just two, not 100, 1,000. What's going on?
That's going to happen because our railway system has needed work for many years because of the extreme temperatures that we've been experiencing, extreme heat, extreme cold, things like that. You'll have track buckling, which will take place. And certainly, it does need to be looked at. So our most popular president has put a transportation secretary in that is he could basically do a little bit better. He's got a little bit of room for improvement. We will just leave it right there. But folks, our most popular president, he's in control of all this. And the unfortunate thing is there are rumors out there that cannot be squelched that says that his mental capacity is maybe diminished. He's maybe past his prime a bit. So all of this can't be Biden's fault. Some of his
enablers.
Some of his enablers have to be held accountable for this stuff. So folks, there's never a better time to let your congressmen and women and non-gender specific Congress people, let them know how you feel. I'm not trying to tell you how to feel. Just read the stuff for yourself. objectively look at the last year and a half, 2 years, 3 years, were you better off 3 years ago than you are now financially? Was the world better 3 years ago before the pandemic hit? Was the world better off? I don't know. Make that decision for yourself. Leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this show. You're not going to find anybody who's going to be more transparent than a blind guy.
Yes.
As if he sees something or she sees something. It's not that if a blind person can see, we have nothing but time on our hands. We got 65 to 90% unemployment rate. We sit around on our astrological signs all the live long day, trying to look for jobs, trying to find something just to be able to make ends meet. And here in Colorado, you can look to have to pay make $37.50 an hour just to be able to pay for a $1,500 studio or 1-bedroom apartment, folks. And this is all over the United States like this. If this is something you're happy about, well, hey, that's okay.
Yeah, but keep voting those Democrats in if you like it like it is now. But
that's right.
So we're gonna call it a day, and tomorrow we'll have some other topics, and we'll probably get around to those 5 songs that were picked out by teenagers. I just got caught up. Each day I'm writing up the words and lyrics to the songs that are by one of our artists, D'Angelo, so I can put them up there online. And I don't know if many hip hop artists, they write the lyrics, but we're a small studio, so it is what it is. So I'm just doing a song a day. It takes me a while because I got to go back and forth, and for some reason he didn't keep the book of the words to his songs. So it's 13 songs on that album. So I've did 3 so far. So got a few more to do. So and I'm about to go to the dance today, so that's going to be fun. And
oh boy,
tonight is Mardi Gras night here at Kubo at the Buell Media Center. So I might go down there with me and my wife. We might go down there. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what I'm feeling, and it's going to be, I don't know if it's going to be free food, but it's going to be some food there. And Mardi Gras, a band playing. So see if I can get her out and say, let's do some Tuesday night entertainment. So
I want to thank you folks from the Intervision FM universe from the bottom of my heart. And also on behalf of Johnnie J, want to thank everybody for helping us out with any sort of donation at paypal.me/Intervision Denver. God bless everybody. Stay hopeful, stay kind to each other, and never, ever give up the faith.
And that's true.